Welcome to another video on strategy. And before I tell you about the wonderful things we're going to be learning in this course and what you're going to be doing in the syllabus, let me please allow me to share with you what your wish list was. And thank you for filling out the My Course evaluation. You probably have already received the grade on that. So take a look at that. So these are some of the things that you wanted to learn, which is, by the way, you guys did an amazing job. I mean, some of you even Googled things and well, your papers were pretty good. Your My Course assignment was pretty good. Um, Here's something, again, I keep on telling you about the ninja skills. The way you should give feedback to whoever it is, you should always start off with something positive and then mention something that the other people can improve on, and then end with something positive. Because if you start off with something negative, then even God can come down and give good explanation, but still you won't listen to it. So always start off with something positive. That's the feedback sandwich. You probably can Google this feedback sandwich, which is start off with something positive, then talk about something that people can improve upon, and then end with positive. Okay. So some of the things that you guys did good. Let's just jump into that. Is some of you even had Japanese proverbs in that. I like that. Yeah, that's good. So you should differentiate yourself. The strategy is about making yourself stand out. So that's good. Awesome. You did that. Start off with a proverb. Start off with something interesting. Cool. Some of you even had good anecdotes about current events and things like that. That was also awesome. And what you wrote, good understanding. It showed that you have good understanding of strategy and also have a good sense of where you want to go. And this is an interesting thing. Somebody mentioned that they want to be a good human being or being a human being. That's what they want to learn, or that's what they said about strategy. Okay, that's awesome. Some of the things that you could improve upon is sometimes the formatting, like, you're writing in sentences and sentences, there's no break, nothing bullet, no underline, that gets boring. And see, think about whatever you're writing, you're putting the person in that mood. If your writing is all lines and lines, guess what? You're putting people to sleep. They're not getting excited. If you want people to buy from you, to listen to you, or to hire you, to promote you, whatever it is, you have to be exciting, or they have to feel like, yes, this person can do the job. But I mean, it's sloppy, just on and on, going on and on. No, just break it out, have bullets, underline, okay? And some of you had very short answers. Again, that's not good. Or some of you didn't even answer all the questions. So, improve upon that. So let's go back to this. What did you want to learn? Decision-making skills, researching, analyzing, SWOT analysis, PESTEL. Actually, the person didn't spell it right, but so we'll talk about that too in other chapters, okay? Curtis 5 forces, various tools, and I'm going to give you a lot of tools to help you be really good at strategy, tying it all together, and ethics, competitive advantage. By the way, all the ninja skills I give you, make sure you use it ethically, okay? Because these, I'm going to give you more, but you have to promise me that you're going to do it ethically, use it ethically, okay? Competitive advantage, how to get a competitive advantage, real applications of this, outcompete rivals, leadership skills. Some of you even want to start your own business. Awesome. And how did you want to show me? There's the cases or short essays, long essays, presentations, papers, discussion, quizzes, exams, multiple choice. Actually, most of you don't like, and this is what I've seen in the past too, so I'm not going to use any true or false, include any true or false in the tests, because they are sometimes tricky, and I'm not here to trick you. I want you to learn some useful things from this, okay? Some of you also mentioned simulation. Unfortunately, we cannot do simulation because, I mean, there are tons of sections of the strategy class. And unfortunately, undergrad class, we have to first agree upon what we're going to do. So simulation, since the others don't want to do it, I can't do it either. But I also mentioned in the other video the simulation that we've been using at the graduate level. It's called BSG. And I mentioned in the other video, again, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch the introduction video. It's amazing. And most of my students, they always say that we watch your videos multiple times because you get so much out of it. So simulation, we've been #1 in the world, #1 in the world, 9 out of last 11 semesters, okay? And we're beating schools like Harvard, Wharton, because all the business school, let's face it, more than 50,000 students all over the world play this game, okay? More than 50 countries. So we have been #1 9 out of last 11 semesters. And last semester and the one before that, fall 19 and summer 19, 2 of the teams were #1 in the world. #1 in the world, 2 of the teams. And there were 5 and 6 teams that were in the top 100. Great achievement. And the way you can do it is, I mean, I'm not saying that Harvard, Wharton students are not that smart. Strategy is all about actually breaking things down into manageable little pieces and actually working hard to make sure that each and every piece you do it really right. And that's how you win the big piece, big game, okay? All right, and so no true or false questions, just multiple choice questions. No cumulative exams. Again, I'm using 2 exams, midterm and final. Midterm has chapters 1 through 5, final just 1 through 5. No group projects. Unfortunately, we have to do group projects because strategy is about, otherwise it would be too much work for one person because you are actually bringing lots of things together. There's going to be a lot of analyzing things, so it would be a good idea to work on group project. By the way, you can pick your own teams, okay? That's, you can do that, all right? So let me go to the syllabus over here. And this is how you're going to be graded. My course assignment we already did, 5 points. Discussions are 5 points. Let me take you to this. So, okay, let's go to discussions over here. By the way, I have populated the Blackboard course with all these things, so everything is there on Blackboard. So, so the first discussion is introduction. Introduce yourself. You can keep it a little bit fun. It doesn't have to be very academic as such. So let me give you my introduction. Keep it fun. And actually, this is really true. Let me give you 2 versions of my introduction. How about that? Okay. My name is Anand. In Hindi, I'm from India. In Hindi, it actually means somebody who's happy and spreads happiness. So maybe I'm doing that. Anyway, so that's one introduction. You could say something crazy about you, something funny about you, something interesting about you, or the other would be about your hobbies or something. Here's another one I'll tell you. See, when I was growing up, my mom wanted me, my dad wanted me to be an engineer, and my mom wanted me to be a doctor. And I wanted to, guess what? Run away and become a magician. I have done all of those. Computer engineer, so that's an engineer. PhD in management, which is kind of a doctor. And I actually know lots of magic tricks and hypnosis. I can tell you some cool techniques. Actually, I don't even call myself, or I don't say I do hypnosis. I actually do de-hypnosis because most people are hypnotized by the world, by people that have put things in their mind, okay? So in other videos, I'll talk to you more about that. But hypnosis or dehypnotizing yourself is an awesome way to actually be really good. How many of you heard of Michael Phelps? The guy who won like 28, 29 Olympic medals, 22, 23 gold medals, like 22, 23 gold medals. Wow, that's amazing. So physically speaking, there are lots of guys that are as strong or stronger than him. Why is he winning so many medals? You know the answer to that? And actually, a lot of pro athletes have that. They call it mind coach, but he actually has 7 hypnotists on staff that actually look at his different parts of his mind and body and make sure that it all fires together. So any pro athlete you'll see, they have a mind coach. What is a mind coach? So you are working on your mind to actually be in the best possible state to achieve the most amazing results. So if you want, you're interested, we can talk more about that, okay? Send me messages on Blackboard or text me or email me, okay? So that's what, just keep it fun, you know, one page, less than one page. Actually, one page is too much. And then you could use it to pick your team members as well as make yourself more attractive to teammates. And the deadline for that is right here. Okay, so that's the first discussion. Again, no points for this. This is you're just introducing yourself. And then there are two discussions. Each discussion covers over here. Okay, so two discussions. Each discussion covers 5 chapters. Let me go over that. You already did this, so this is done. So two discussions. Discussion 1. Total 10 concepts from 5 chapters. And you definitely should watch this video. Humans need not apply. An awesome video, should apply, should really watch it. Talks about the future of work and what's coming in future. So you are going to cover 10 concepts from these 5 chapters. Make sure you include minimum of 1 concept and a maximum of 2 concepts from each of the chapters and the videos. So no more than 2 concepts from either the chapters. I mean, you have 5 chapters plus 1 video, so you have 6 things, okay? And you're supposed to include 10 concepts, which means you cannot include more than 2 concepts from each chapter or the video, or at least 1 concept from the chapter or the video. So did you get that? Okay. Watch it again if you didn't. So similarly with discussion 2, you have chapter 6 through 10, Simon Sinek video, and again, 10 concepts. Okay, that's about discussions worth 2.5 points each, which is total 5 points. Individual SWOT analysis, okay? By the way, many of you mentioned that you wanted to learn all those wonderful things. The best way to start is to start with yourself. Above the temple of Delphi, you know, it's written, man, know thyself. Meaning if you know yourself, you will be able to achieve much better results in life. By the way, you should vary your tonality and the way you talk, because if you keep talking at the same tempo, same pace, people are going to fall asleep. So again, I'm giving you tips for your future videos, the ones that you're going to be making in this class. So this is a, okay. So this is going to be a 2 to 3 minute video. Do not, by the way, follow instructions carefully. Do not go under or do not go over, okay? So your individual SWOT analysis will be about, you know, who you are. So this is the structure of the presentation right here. Who are you? Some fun facts about you, your individual SWOT. Include at least 3 bullet points for each of your strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And based on your SWOT, what do you see as your goals? Short-term, mid-term, long-term, and how do you plan on achieving it? And end your presentation with a strong conclusion. You know, summarize your presentation. Always have a good introduction. That's how you hook people. And here's an interesting skill if you want. When you start off your introductions, say something interesting, but don't complete it. Like back in the day, when we didn't have streaming services, people had to watch the episodes or whatever it is at the time that it was supposed to air. And those popular shows had tons of ads, and they would always cut off the episode at a cliffhanger point, meaning you had to come back to watch it. Okay, so you could do that, like, you know, when you're talking about something, start off with something really interesting. Break it off that. I'll give you an example. I'm going to tell you a joke. Well, actually, let me not. I'm just thinking about something that you could use it too. So you could say, oh, you know, the other day I took my niece to a swimming pool. she was really, really scared. She didn't want to go. And she climbed to the top of the swimming pool where she wanted to jump back, but she was really, really scared. And then I did something that made her really, really excited about that. And what followed after that was really amazing. Now, before I tell you what happened, let me tell you other things. Okay. So I cut off the story and I'm going to tell you other things. And then you're like thinking, what is he going to tell? So watch the video and then I'll tell you. So based on your SWOT, what is your goal in your life? Short-term, mid-term, long-term goal. Okay. How do you plan on achieving it? And your presentation with a strong conclusion and summarize your presentation. That summarizes your presentation. Feel free to use charts, graphs, figures. Again, by the way, everything is right here. And also, this is a video. You're going to make a video. So make sure you make a video just like I'm making it. Do not make the video in PowerPoint because you will not be able to upload it on YouTube. Okay, do not do that. Okay. Upload it on YouTube and send me the link. So do not upload your video on Blackboard or email me the video. Only upload it on Blackboard, YouTube, email me the link. And also make sure that your video is marked public. Okay. All right, so that's it about the individual SWOT analysis. 2 to 3 minute video, 5 points. All right, and you already have details about that. The next assignment, and by the way, here is the course schedule that tells you when what is due. All right, so your introduction is due next Sunday, sorry. Everything is due Sunday midnight, by the way. Then the Sunday after that, you need to pick a team. Okay, by the way, I know you're going to be picking your friends. So make sure you pick people that actually are similar minded. What I mean by that. See, there might be somebody, again, nothing wrong with that wants to just get a C, pass the class. It's okay. But if you pick that person is going to put the minimal effort and is going to bring down your grade. Okay. So make sure you pick the person that is equally motivated or more motivated than you to be in your team. So this way you'll have a team that performs at the best. Okay. And also one of the requirements of the team is you have to pick a diverse team. Okay. There are lots of studies that have shown that when there is diversity, meaning gender diversity, basically, especially when there are males and females in team, the team is more productive because males do not want to look weak or underperforming in the eyes of females, and so do females don't want to look bad in terms of the opposite gender. Okay, but again, don't want to get into the male, female. There are other genders. So, okay. So form teams that have mixed gender, mixed race people, if possible, and let me know by February 9th, and then by next, you're picking up. Oh, by the way, when you pick the team, you also pick the topic of your AI paper. I'm going to discuss that in another video because AI paper by itself is going to be a long video if I include in this. I'm going to have another video just for that. And this is for the company analysis. Give you more details about that later. So this is when your individual SWOT analysis is due. So it's almost a month away. Okay, that's when it is due. So as you can see, every thing has a due date. And you look at the schedule, you'll see the due date. All right, let's move on to professional plan. Okay, this is an interesting thing. I actually included this because, see, I always tell my students to do the best to get to know whoever they're working with. And I like to walk the talk, as they say. So if I'm telling my students to get to know their employees or get to know their people, why don't I do that? See, any of the thing I'm asking you to do, I do it myself first. Then I ask you to do it. And also the other thing is you came up with the wish list, okay? And you want to do amazing things in your life. And that is so awesome. And it's not possible for me to put all of that in the syllabus. So some of you want to start your own business, or some of you have trouble with your boss, or some of you may want to know interesting techniques to overcome a particular situation. So you could talk to me. So this is an assignment that you either can do it on Skype, but it has to be, I mean, if you can do it face to face, that would be ideal. And look at the office hours that I have in the syllabus. Make an appointment during that time, or even for Skype, make an appointment during that time. But if you cannot come in person, I understand. We'll do it over Skype. But if possible, do it in person. Okay. That's for 5 points. Oh, by the way, I took all your input and this is what I have created. There are certain limitations on what I can or cannot do, which is this business core test and ETS. These are beyond my control. This is what the school policy is. And you have to be registered in a course. It's 4099, either it's BA or NGT. You already should have been enrolled, or you probably should be getting an email soon to enroll in that. Make sure you enroll in that and do these two. I have no control over it. And if you go over here, okay, so I was watching stock market. Here, it will show you instructions for these. By the way, don't look at these instructions yet, because I'm gonna, these probably would change. So I don't have the final instructions yet, but so I'm just going to block this for now. But I just wanted to let you know that the instructions will be here, and you follow that. And they will also be in the MGT or BA 4099 course. All right, let's go to the next one, and that is midterm and final. Okay, by the way, I know most of you don't like exams, but as you know, there are limitations on what I can and cannot do. So this is also part of that, but I still try to tweak it. And midterm exam, final exam, they will be proctored, and I'll put the dates. I don't know the exact date for final yet, but I know for midterm, these are the dates. So for whatever reason, you're going to be gone because of spring break on the 18th and 19th, and you want to pick 25th and 26th, make sure you register right away. By the way, it's not open now, but it's probably going to be open in a day or two. Okay, so but register right away so you can get the dates and the times that you want. Okay, midterm exam is going to be chapters 1 through 5, and there are sample questions. Okay, sample questions for midterm. To go through it, each of these chapters have sample questions, and the question that you will get in the exam are going to be very similar to that. Not identical, but similar to that. Okay, so go ahead and look at that. So that's about your midterm and final. I'll tell you these dates when I have more information on that. Let's go to the next one. All right, so this is about the individual assignments, okay? Then we come to the team assignments, which is artificial intelligence paper and company analysis. And as I showed you in the beginning a little bit, artificial intelligence is actually an amazing thing. It's really important that you understand that. That's why I've included a paper for that. And here's the thing. Actually, let me tell you more. Oh, by the way, if your paper is good, you might get a trip to Chicago. Not promising, but last year I did get money to take some students to Chicago, 5 students to Chicago, okay? So I am in the talks to get money for that. So whoever has the best paper, maybe, not promising, okay, but might, maybe, okay? That is about artificial intelligence paper. The reason I'm doing that is because I want you to prepare for the future, okay? AI is the future. By the way, this is around the time of the dinosaur when I did my bachelor's in computer engineering. My final year project in bachelor's, this is what I did. I picked myself, okay, in computer engineering. I created an expert system to fix other computers. So I created the AI program, artificial intelligence program, to fix other computers. This was a long time ago. Yeah. And now AI is back. By the way, that time AI has been around since the 60s actually, but we didn't have enough things going on. But anyway, in the AI paper, I'll explain more about that. And then there is a company analysis. By the way, I'm going to create another video for AI paper as well as company analysis because there's a lot of information and I don't want this video to be too long. So to recap, I did took your advice and made the syllabus, but there are again limitations on what I could put, but I could, I try to put as much as I could in these things. So once again, thank you for your input, and these are important assignments. Make sure you look at the due dates when they're due and start working on those. Okay, by the way, since we are ending this video, let me give you a ninja skill. Okay. Anytime we talk, the air gets colored with what we're talking. So let's say you're talking about negative things, the air in between you and the other person gets colored with that, and they're looking at you in that negative light. So most of the times, try to talk positive things. Don't talk about negative things, even about your competitors or your bosses or other things. Just keep it positive. But in case something negative comes up, just move it and bring something positive. Okay, so people look at you in a good light. Okay, all right. So I'll see you in other videos, and feel free to watch this video again and again and get the concepts and get what it is that I'm asking you to do. All right. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in future videos.